Hello students, good evening to all of you. I'm Seema Pandey, your biology teacher. So today we are going to start control and coordination, your chapter 2. So let's start control and coordination. We will see in this chapter about plants and animals both and how they control and coordinate to their bodies, right? So stimuli and receptors, firstly we will see any change in the environment to which organism responds and reacts is called a stimulus. Like your friend is there, he touch you, that is a stimulus, right? Uh, he just call you, that is a stimulus. You will react against that stimulus, right? So that is a stimuli. And like example are there, plants bend towards light, leaves of touch me not, plant fold when we touch them. This is the stimulus. When we give them a stimulus, they will react, right? The stimuli are detected by a group of cells called receptors. So from where stimulus are detected, stimuli are detected by a group of cells called receptors, like eyes, ears, nose, and tongue contain different receptors. You know, you can uh, taste, you can smell, you can hear, you can see, right? So these are the they have a different type of receptors. Now, eyes contain light receptors, ear sound receptors, nose smell receptors, tongue taste receptors. Skin contain receptors sensitive to touch, right? Pressure, temperature, and pain. All these things are understood by you. Like if someone touch you, someone pressurize you, if you just touch, you will put your hand on the flame of candle, you will just react, you will move out from there, right? If some pain is there, right, you will you can react, you will react against the, those stimulus. You have receptors in your eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin, right? So we have five types of receptors. Photoreceptors means against light, phonoreceptors against sound, olfactory receptors against smell, thermoreceptors against temperature, thigmoreceptors against touch, right? So these are five receptors present in our body. So let's see control and coordination in plants. Plants do not have, so generally if we talk about the coordination, we think about nervous system, right? Control and coordination, you will see that yes, and in animals there is nervous system which help in control and coordination of our body, right? But in plants there is no nervous system. Still they respond to internal and external changes in the environment around them. Now how they respond? Because they have some chemicals called as hormones, right? Due to the action of those chemicals, they just respond. Plants can detect changes in light, water, touched chemicals, gravity, and respond to these changes by the action of hormones, right? So since plants do not have, this is a must print two not nahi hai. This is do not have nervous system. They use hormones for coordination and response. The function of control and coordination in plant is performed by chemical substances called hormones. We will see later about plant hormone, right? Plant movement. Firstly, we will see plant movement. There is two type of plant movement present: tropic movements and nastic movement. So tropic movements, tropism is also of five types. Phototropism, movement in response to light. Like the growth and movement of a plant part in response to light is called phototropism. You people knows about that movement of sunflower in the direction of sunlight is phototropism. Obviously, when sunlight is there, the sunflower is moved towards the sunlight, right? If the plant part like shoot system moves towards the light, it shows positive phototropism. If the plant part like root system moves away from light, then it shows negative phototropism. Simply phototropism, you know that movement towards light, right? But there is a positive and negative phototropism. Positive phototropism means to say movement towards light, and negative phototropism means movement away from light, right? So that is called negative phototropism. Now, this is a phototropism, bending of plant towards light. We can see in this picture, right? Comes to geotropism, movement in response to gravity. Obviously, if we talk about the positive geotropism, means roots shows positive geotropism and shoots shows negative geotropism. I hope this is clear to all of you. The downward movement of root in response to gravitational force of the earth is called geotropism. Clear? Now hydrotropism here. Hydro means water. So movement and response to water. The movement of plant parts towards water or moisture is called hydrotropism, and the root grows towards water. Therefore, roots are positively hydrotropic. Right? Positive, negative. I hope you people are understanding. Right? Now comes to chemotropism, movement in response to chemicals. The movement of a plant part due to chemical stimuli is called chemotropism. Clear? So chemotropism, it's a very good example here. Pollen tube growth through the style towards ovules in response to certain chemical secretions from a stigma, right? So the thigmotropism is here, movement in response to touch. The movement of a plant part in response to the touch of an object is called thigmotropism. Clear? Thigmotropism against touch. A very good example that the tendrils of a plant go towards a support, touch it and wind around the support. Suppose any plant is there which have a tendril, you have seen the coil-like structure, that is the modified stem, right? That touch some support and that will just climb, that plant climb with that support, right? You can see this is a very good example of thigmotropism. Positive turn towards pressure. See, this structure, coiled structure is called a tendril, right? So when it touch it here, just it climbs. Negative turns away from pressure. Clear? Positive and negative, hope you people are getting. So now comes to thanastic movements. The movement of a plant part in response to an external stimulus when the direction of response is not based on the direction of a stimulus is called nastic movement. What is this? When the non-directional movement of a plant part is in response to touch, it is called thigmonasty. Uh, Direction is not important here in the nastic movement. See the thigmonasty movement in touch me not plant, Mimosa pudica. Mimosa pudica is the scientific name of touch me not. Touch me not, hope you people are getting. That is chui mui plant, right? When the non-directional movement of a plant part used only petals is in response to light, it is called photonasty. So you have seen thigmonasty and photonasty. The example of photonasty is opening and closing of dandelion flower in response to light intensity, right? You have seen a lot of flowers which are closed and open on the basis of the light intensity. Clear? So see, this is the touch me not plant. Clear? Plant hormones. Plant produce certain chemical substances in their cell which regulate their growth. These chemicals are secreted in very minute quantity but have a marked effect on physiological processes in a plant. These chemicals are known as plant growth regulators or plant hormones or phytohormones. Phyto means plant. So this is about plant hormone. There are five type of plant hormones present: auxin, gibberellin, cytokinin, ethylene, abscisic acid. Now we will see the function of these five plant hormone one by one. Function of auxin. Auxin is a growth hormone that helps the cells to grow longer. Or auxin found in the apex of the root apex and shoot apex of the plant. Later synthesized at the shoot and root tip. At tip, it found at tip of the plant. It has a positive effect on the growth of the stem and roots, right? It increases cell growth in shoots and decreases cell growth in roots. Auxin controls phototropic behavior of a plant. It also controls the geotropic behavior of a plant. Now comes to functions of gibberellin. Gibberellin promotes cell, cell, cell enlargement in the presence of auxins. It promotes cell division and stimulates stem elongation. So it stimulates seed germination by breaking seed dormancy. What is seed dormancy? Seed dormancy means when seed is sleeping. At the sleeping mode, when